Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll run with Hunt on second down.
Yeah, I fucked that all up. Whew.
Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases.
They missed
and I got it.
He fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown Falcons. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Fuck that is, nigga.
Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Wentz to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt.
Jesus Christ, bro. How do you
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together. Downfield, a really nice pickup.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
I mean, you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Bell, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Play action. Ryan. He finds his tight end, Salad. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
But simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Oh! 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
He'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
What are you doing, Tired?
From the gun, it's Ryan. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing is Wentz. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
I'm telling you.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Yeah, right.
Left side and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. On play action, Wentz. That will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports.
Like that screen.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz.
Oh, my God.
Complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future, bright. On 1st down. Hunt. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A give right side now to Hunt. But instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
You throw that pass,
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's going to be intercepted. Taken by the Pro Bowler, Eric Weddle. And the return will stop right around the 25. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Star Latulele in on the tackle.
That line, dog.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Ryan. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let... this is taken in. It's complete. 33 yards that time.
I I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Oh, Brett Selleck, you have got to hold on
but
to
it
that.
winds up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Flushed out right. He'll run it.
That's what I'm talking about,
It's
man.
just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Play action. It's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz.
Yes, sir.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's been my observation, there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
59.
Same play from before, fellas.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Caught by Sanu.
What a ball, more
And
now.
they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Jackson to return.
Damn it.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
That's real good. Hey, get your ass up this run for a run for 30 on.
He'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Uncorks one for Davis.
What kind of crazy animation was that?
Picked off by Patrick Chung. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Oh, no way, y'all need
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. This is Hunt on the draw play. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Oh, my God. You did not get walked by Richard Sherman.
Get the fuck out. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead.
He had 3 timeouts
football as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Hey, 59, ready. Hey, nice.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Touchdown, Falcons. Jordan Reed, 83 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
Yes, sir.
To escape, and he goes
there he
down.
is.
In for
the man of
Garrett. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw is Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Wentz. He's airing it out for Sanu.
Get shit out of here,
He's
nigga.
incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it?
Oh,
that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter what this man zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there.
I'm a piece of white trash, I say it proudly.
Contesting everything.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now.
Stop playing with me, boys!
Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone.
Oh, I'm hot now. Oh, I'm hot now. I'm hot like
his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I done found the weakness in your
24.
defense.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Call the authorities, because we gotta.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I'm talking about man.
Run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 33. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. On second.
Oh, Devondre Campbell, you cannot drop that.
Play by
You
Devondre
can bump
Campbell.
that. That's it. You're out of
Let's
here.
face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
No, you let that ball get up in there. You feeling
Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
All right, maybe this one.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Darling,
and now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the
I know
same
y'all
time,
niggas is
you're also
watching.
not going pell-mell
Who
like
wants
you would in
Le'Veon,
2-minute
dog?
offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket,
Definitely.
realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Anywhere. Oh,
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Got your shit.
Hey, Delta.
Watch it still heal. Watch it still heal. You know what? I'm feeling sweet.
They go play action now. Ryan.
Yes, sir.
This is caught by Jackson. He'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big
my man Matt Ryan out here
you dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Putting him in tight spaces. Where are those spaces with no
This will probably be
braces?
the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Say less. Somebody call the authorities because we want to put this nigga to rest. Bars. Dodge.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
Looking that nigga like a
guy.
guy.
Continue to pour it on. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Another screen will be on it this time, big homie.
Screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this one brought in by Sanu. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
3. Going you know what to do.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. With it is Jackson.
This is a trick.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
I know, I'm trying to get you some
About
yards.
set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team
Matty,
lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Give me that! Keep that!
Hauled in downfield. And he goes
That's how
down
you go up
and
attack
the 25.
the damn
Give him
ball.
30 yards there.
Stop playing with him, D-Jack. Wake him up.
Charles, it certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Eluding the pressure right.
That's
This
God.
is caught. 23 yards, the final tally. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up
I
in
was
a
like,
different era.
who
We
is
think about
that?
sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure
That
this
is
D knows what hit him,
that
but
is a
now they got to get ready. It's
Caucasian
1st and goal. Throwing again, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Smart, you actually
The
told me
extra
too.
point up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been if he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
I don't believe you.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now it's Hunt. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
They went to sleep.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They run with Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there.
You had me all night to yourself.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is the defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hogs and picking passes off.
If I didn't play this game tonight,
the Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell.
I got
and we'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. It's a big run that time by Bell. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And it's caught. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Oh,
look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. The quick slant caught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted.
That's how he's going to score.
Picked off by Deron Harmon.
Oh, my God.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Past the 20.
Of course, I throw a pick for this nigga to score.
And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they've been throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just...
And deep in his home territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up
Hey,
with golden field position.
Whoever you are.
Working from the gun, Wentz, flush to his right.
No, he scored again. I suck ass, bro.
Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation.